Hello, everybody. Good evening. Thank you for being with us at the Empower Africa's Driving Business in Africa virtual event here on this beautiful January 12th evening in Tel Aviv, or afternoon or morning, wherever you are in the world. But we're very grateful that you've taken some time out of your day to listen to the incredible opportunities presented that are taking place on the African continent that we're highlighting and that we're sharing with you because of our enthusiasm and our awareness that there are exceptional business opportunities to be had on the continent, and now is no better time to go after them. My name is Caleb Zipperstein. I'm a member of the Business Development and Investments team here at Empower Africa. My original background is in the world of venture capital, so nothing makes me more enthusiastic than coming across an incredible startup company, and even more than that, coming across an incredible founder. And that's what we have to share with you today. I'm going to introduce now my dear friend Jeffrey, coming to us from Ghana. I believe he was a little bit under the weather earlier, but is embracing his entrepreneurial lion warrior spirit to come and be with us, to share his company. He's received accolades from the angel investors and family offices that introduced me to Jeffrey, all the way to most recently the Israeli embassy in Ghana and the Honorable Ambassador Shani Cooper, who's a good friend of ours at Empower Africa. I'm not going to introduce Jeffrey. I'm not going to introduce his company. I'm going to give you, the distinguished members of our community, the honor and privilege to hear it for yourselves and hopefully be as blown away as I was the first time. So without any further ado, Jeffrey, please, the stage is yours to speak to this incredible community of founders, service providers, investors, government officials that are here with us. And Jeffrey, thank you so much for joining us. And thank you to all.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sir Caleb. It's been a great opportunity to be here today. I really appreciate what you personally have done for me and what also Empower Africa seeks to do for entrepreneurs like myself and the African continent. I'm very, very grateful, and Africa, I know, is grateful. So at SAYeTECH, we build smart machines that increase the productivity of smallholder farmers. And so we, right now, most of our focus is on the smart post-harvest solutions for smallholder farmers starting in Africa. But generally in Africa, life is generally hard as we know it, but farming is even harder. I recently chanced upon a document by FAO, just this 2020, that stated that the 80 to 90% of our farming activities is still done manually. So the billions of people we have in Africa use their hands, get their food through manual means, mostly with hands, using biblical methods of codes and other low-level manual means. So there is, of course, a huge problem of low use of machinery. There are other problems of lack of lack of knowledge, but primarily there is a lot of treachery that goes on in many of our farming activities. And because of this, generally post-harvest in Africa can be anywhere from 30% up to 100% loss for farmers. And this, so we primarily tackle this problem by, as I said earlier, providing small farms with robust small hardware. And our flagship product is a multi-crop thresher ST6000. During the threshing phase of farming, that is often happens in the growth of legumes and cereals, grains. Once the harvest is done, farmers, especially women and children, use their bare hands or with sticks to beat the crops down just to take out the grains out of the plant material. So our flagship, which is a multi-crop thresher ST6000, that is connected with embedded systems, also successfully separates the grains of all the major cereals and legumes grown in Africa. We also have other products in the pipeline, like a solar powered thresher, dryers and hammer mills, specifically for the use of post-harvest activities. So generally, we provide our flagship, which is a multi-crop thresher, to solve one of the main bottlenecks in post-harvest threshing of grains. That is often done manually. It's very treacherous, done by women and children in Africa. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. So you're building a multi-crop thresher, and you're building it at cost for the local market. Describe the this is what you're doing now. Talk a little bit about what your journey has been like from, first of all, your story. Okay, Jeffrey?
Thank you.
You're the founder and CEO of this company. Jeffrey, can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Okay, so you're the founder and CEO of this company. Ultimately, at the end of the day, any of the investors in this room are going to be investing in you. Tell us a little bit about your background, your story, and how you came to this idea to build a multi-crop thresher and build incredible hardware and solutions for smallholder farmers. And also tell us about what the journey's been like up until this point for you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sir Khaled.
Thank you.
So my name is Jeffrey Appiagyei. I'm the co-founder and CEO of SAYeTECH company. As I said earlier, we smart, small agricultural machines that improve the productivity of smallholder farmers. I actually began SAYeTECH when I settled in a rural community without electricity in the northern parts of Ghana, where doing my national service as a volunteered teacher. And what happened is I actually had been doing that most of my vacations, volunteering in rural communities and helping out. And I saw one of the great needs I could help with for my national service. But there was this point they didn't have a crèche. The school started from grade 3, if you know. If it's this in your school system, it's a little advanced to start school with. So I said I set up a crèche for them. So that meant that all the way from grade 2 to crèche or nursery would have to be in one classroom, about 300 people. So that was how I got to begin. But I received a shock one day, excuse me, when I went to class and there were just 2 people in class. I was like, what's wrong? I spent time to come and no one is here. And then I got to know that all of these children, literally the whole school, that actually affected, that reached about 6 communities. All the children had gone to farm, especially during the activity of threshing, because beat their crops out of the field and get their grains quickly, because there is going to be losses. It's prone to post-harvest losses. That is pest attack, rodent attack, weather conditions, and bushfires during that season. And so they just took these children out of school to go and work on these farms. It really disheartened me. Actually, I had trained as an agricultural and biosystems engineer in the university. And
you trained as the what? Sorry, that didn't come across clear. And I think it's important for the audience to know what you studied.
Agricultural biosystems engineering.
Agriculture biosystems engineering. Got it. Okay. So you studied that in university?
And yes, please. And when I was in school, I had also been working with local fabricators to make different kinds of equipment locally. So I said to myself,
wow,
we can make machines here locally that can keep these children in school. That very day, I went to a nearby community, got electricity, called now my co-founder Theodore Niboche, and said, hey, what do you think about we making machines locally? And basically that's how the SAYeTECH story began. It actually began out of a need to make machines locally, to make them available so that children will be in school. And counting on my previous experiences and even some awards, then designing machines and building machines, even while I was in school, I just chose this path, and that's how we began. So far, we've been growing steadily. We decided to start by just designing machines and giving them to local fabricators to make them while we take a royalty. But that system doesn't work here, so we got recognized by the American Society of Mechanical Engineers, and as part of that, the advice they gave us help us to start to make our own machinery. Right now, we work with the local fabricators to make them. So we control all the process, we provide the design, and then we make the machines and sell some, and also provide some as a service to smallholder farmers, where they can pay in cash for the use of the service, or even pay in kind in the form of grains when they use the services of our machinery. Generally, that is how we started, and that's how we've been going till now.
So tell me, because I'm not an expert in agriculture, I'm sure that our agriculture experts are refreshing from their incredible panel a couple minutes ago, but you're building a device that's not so much a cutting edge device as it is a product that's built and designed for the local market, where you can sell it at costs and margins that benefit you as a business and that benefit the farmers. Tell me, for a farm, or a smallholder farmer rather, in Ghana that would want to buy this machine or this service traditionally through the means that are available today, how much would it cost, and how much are you saving them by building and designing it in Ghana?
Sure. So for the farmers that use our machinery, for each bag they trash, they save up to $3. Excuse me, a minimum of $3 due to the grains they tend to save, even compared to other imported machinery doing it for them. The savings in sales, we sell at about 28,000 cedis, and as compared to my
machinery of the same capacity and kind that is important. In fact, none of them have embedded systems on it that can allow for smart monitoring. But for any of them that is hardware, that's like that, we are 40 times cheaper than the closest importer of the machine. And of course,
Did you say 4D or 14? 40 or 14?
40. 40. Sorry, we are
okay.
Sorry, 40%.
40%.
Yeah. Plus.
Okay.
Plus, it comes with a mobile app connectivity that allows you to track where your machines are in real time and give you, provide you with the weather information for your operators and the farmers to know which are the exact best times to work on the farm, and other wonderful benefits that smart technology enables us to provide.
Right, and I understand from some of our conversations that smart technology is sort of is your next step, and that's a very powerful function of the Empower Africa business community that we're cultivating here, because hopefully through our relationships in this audience from Israel, the United States, and even across Africa, the opportunity that we may be able to help source some of those technologies would be very special. But I want to get to the investment case for you. I mean, what you're doing, and building a device that is 40% lower than any imports, made in Ghana, and really was built on this reason to have a device that smallholder farmers could afford so that their kids could go to school, and maybe as a virtue of it, their yields would get better and they could then send their kids to school and provide a better livelihood. The case for investing in you is set. But now talk to us a little bit about the traction of SAYeTECH so far. How many machines have you sold to date? And are you selling, or are you still in R&D?
Questions there. So
thank you, sir.
We are selling. We have passed 2 years now, and we are going into our. So for the first year, we actually sold just 5. Second year, excuse me, we sold 32 machines, and now just beginning of just this year, we have also commenced revolve of 10 units that are already have been pre-ordered. So total, we are 2 machines till date.
But so I grasp this. You sold 30 machines last year, but already hit a third of your 2020 numbers, and we haven't even hit we haven't even hit February in 2021 yet.
Exactly, sir. Exactly.
That's the type of chart I like to see.
Exactly. And look, we only in the year.
So so in year 3, halfway into the first month of year 3, you've doubled what you did in year 1.
Yes.
That's growth. That's growth for sure. That's growth. So tell us now, because that growth speaks for itself. What's next? We've started 2021 on this incredible start for SAYeTECH. Tell us a little bit about a current raise that you have, as well as what your plans are.
Yes,
for plans and goals are for SAYeTECH in 2021.
Yes, please. Thank you very much, sir. So first down, we are looking forward to, of course, right now we've had over We have inquiries from about 17 countries, including the USA, for our products, especially the multi-crop thresher. And so
you're selling to the US?
We've had inquiries, we've not yet sold because
okay. But farmers in the US are trying to buy your mill thresher made in Ghana. Okay. Amazing.
So far we've had it from 17 countries across the world. People inquire about one of the major drawbacks is right now we make according to orders. So customers, our products are always over demanded. One, also our capacity to produce in large numbers is now small. We need injection of capital to produce more equipment, and so we seek to produce more for the exports markets, given the African free and the general. Most of the time, the only thing that is left when that also draws people is the logistics even within Africa. But the African free trade coming in, it's very helpful for us. It's very helpful for us actually. And so the next thing we have to focus on is to work on a facility that enables us to produce even ahead of time and way better. Then with partnerships with started forming in some parts of Africa, exports most of the machinery to especially neighboring West African countries, and then also set up a base in Kenya. Then we now, within our markets in Ghana, we will continue to focus on providing our units as a service very affordable to smallholder farmers. So that is generally how the growth plans are. Definitely, we don't go living R&D. As I had shared with you earlier, especially with our software infrastructure, it's something that we are building seriously, especially for the future farmers that are popping up, that are young farmers like myself and other young people who are connected digitally. And so we are investing, we're seeking funding to also to keep making our machines smarter, adding pre-data processing, data analysis, and even some level of digital assistance and processor reports from our machines connected to other third-party IoT smart devices to make sure that we bring the best value to farmers both in Africa and even across the globe. Thank you. Sorry.
No, Jeffrey, did you want to conclude that thought?
Yes. I wanted to conclude by saying, so the future growth plans is to expand our facility, focus on serving in Ghana and on exports while we invest in our software. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Jeff, we're gonna conclude there. I'm gonna ask you to kindly send me your presentation slides. Because your growth and your story on paper will really add value and provide the information that the investors in this community need to see. We also have to wrap up over here. As we wrap up here, I just wanted to share with you that and all of the Empower Africa community members and team members that are here with us and that are listening, just what an incredible story you have, what an inspiration you are, to me, to us, and by virtue to your people. But also, what an impressive business that you're building, right? This doesn't, mean anything or much coming from, from me, but just your growth and your traction and your commitment to what you're doing is, from everything that I've heard and learned, exactly what needs to be demonstrated by a founder, not only so that you can be successful, but so that investors who will work with you can ultimately be successful. Your dynamic, open nature, your friendly smile, your work ethic, your passion for what you're doing is showing in your results. Again, I emphasize for all those that didn't hear, Jeffrey here from SAYeTECH, 12 days into 2021, has already reached 1/3 of what he sold last year in all of 2020. Doesn't really matter what you're doing, where you're doing it. When you see growth like that, 5 units sold year 1, 32 units sold year 2, and already into year 3, 12 days into year 3, we're at 10 units sold.
Yes.
With interest coming in from 17 other countries.
Yes.
That's a chart that we like to see with an entrepreneur that we like to see. Jeffrey, I'm just so privileged, not just to, humbly request the opportunity to work with you, but more than that, to call you a dear personal friend. So I want to thank you for your time, and invite you to share any sort of last words of wisdom or requests, or any sort of message that you have for the audience here at the moment and those who will be listening to this eventually.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Caleb. I really appreciate a lot for all the times you reach out, you encourage, you share out what we do. Thank you for, I think, the Empower team, Empower Africa team. This is what we need in Africa to help boost entrepreneurship across the continent. To my fellow entrepreneurs, I would say, let's keep the faith and let's believe that we can make Africa great. Always, I will show, in SAYeTECH, we say you have it. You have it. That is, we try and tell everybody we work with or we come across that you have a new taste to make the change we want, but you just have to put in the discipline, the time to learn and to work. And actually, once you look within yourself, the change would happen. And to investors and every other person, I would like to say that Africa is a great place of enormous opportunity. Of course, it comes with challenges, but they are not unsurmountable. And with the zeal, with the passion, and with the right team and required resources, we would surpass these challenges and reap enormous rewards. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Sir Jeffrey. We're proud of you. We appreciate you. And your words of wisdom for entrepreneurship, let me tell you, are not just applicable to founders on the continent. They're applicable to founders around the world. I would be remiss if I did not advise everybody here to take those words to heart. And speaking of founders, including the founder that I'm about to introduce to deliver some closing remarks here. With that, Jeffrey, I want to thank you for your time. I want to thank you for your friendship. And I want to pass the stage over to my dear friend and Empower Africa's distinguished founder and CEO, Mr. SAYee Rappaport. SAYee, sir.
Wow. Thank you, Caleb. And thank you, Jeffrey. What a fantastic session. And I'd like to thank everybody that joined us at this most impactful Driving Business in Africa event. It was our third virtual event, and we're going and growing. And we're empowering each other. We're learning from each other. We're identifying opportunities to invest in each other and trade with each other. And that's really what Empower Africa is all about. Creating a community that empowers each other so that we can empower others and unleash the tremendous, tremendous human potential that is in Africa. And I'm so glad that we got a chance to see so many successful companies in Africa, really learning from them and seeing how we could support and create win-win relationships and commercial relationships to do good and do well in Africa. So I want to thank everybody for coming and really making this community a dream come true. And hopefully we'll see a lot of dreams coming true through our connectivity and through our connections. I'd like to thank the speakers and the great thought leaders that attended this event, and also the sponsors, specifically Code Monkey, who's a great innovative education program that's now expanding into Africa. It was great to have you guys here. And I'd like to encourage everybody to stay in touch, stay engaged. We have, this is a monthly Driving Business in Africa event, and the next one's going to be February 9th. And we're going to keep expanding the community and telling the world Africa is the new frontier. And Africa is a continent, a beautifully diverse continent, full of innovation and full of success. And there's a tremendous growing population that is creating significant value. And we're going to keep going and growing through that positive message and by connecting great leaders on the private sector front. So keep engaged, get the word out, and let's keep building this community together. And in addition to our monthly Driving Business in Africa events, we are also having more sector-focused and country-focused events, a little more intimate, but we're going deeper and getting more focused. And I invite everybody to go to empowerafrica.com/events to stay up to date on all the events that we're doing. And feel free to continue networking, and let's work together, keep working together to drive investment, trade, and job creation in Africa. Together we are stronger, and together we will succeed. Before we close up, I, of course, want to thank the whole Empower Africa team for making this dream and this vision a reality. Thank you so much for all the tremendous effort and for the success. And we're going to keep going strong. So rock this set. Thank you, Olivia. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you. I could go everybody on the team, but I really appreciate it. God bless you.